Recently purchased a lightweight dirt bike, so I don't put my off-roader at as much risk when I'm in the remote areas. I needed to find a way of carrying it. I do have a trailer, but without modifying the trailer a lot, it was going to be a bit of a nuisance. So I was looking on the internet and found that there seems to be a relatively standard design to carry dirt bikes, even quite heavy ones weighing a couple of 100 kilos, on standard tow bars, all using this sort of general 4-bolt sandwich type design from the Towbar bracket. I was a bit sceptical in the beginning, but after seeing thousands of images, and also a mate of mine, a workmate's got one to carry as lightweight race bike, I think it could actually work. Most of those are made out of steel. I decided to work with timber because I quite like it. So I've got sort of I think there's a 250 by 1 inch type plank on the top there, and a similar one on the bottom, so it's sandwiched with, starting with those 4 bolts and square washers in a conventional design. Fortunately, I had the extended tow bar bracket, so what I've done is got a spring, just a couple of spare spring hangers there, and a big solid bracket, Bomac pre-drilled piece of steel from Bunnings, and that will slide in between the two about here and on the other side as well. Now obviously the pine isn't as strong, and it was obvious that the edges would snap, even though the bike only weighs 60 kilos, so it's only about 30 kilos either side. I still needed to strengthen it up, and this old loading ramp I've got looks like it'll do the trick. It's got about a 200 kilo working load, and well, that's when it's working the other way. So I decided to sort of strengthen it up with welding one end, but then the welder packed up so that I couldn't do that with the others. So I thought I'd carry on with just bracing with a square piece of timber with a coach screw and another one if needed. Just off to get some more. Bolts weren't quite long enough, so just off to get a few more shortly. So I will put another couple through there to support the bracket and there, and we'll see how that goes. Right, we're starting to come to the end of the finish of this particular prototype. Looks quite strong. Put longer bolts in. I have found that the tow bar's been through the wars. It was designed, when it was designed, it was the main bracket was offset, but it is actually twisted in all 3 dimensions slightly, but it just means that it's amplified, magnified a bit, the actual it's an outer half an inch or an inch, but so be it. The seals and the seagulls probably won't worry too much. And here we go underneath. Put a few more brackets in. Standing on the far corner, about 95 kilos. Doesn't seem to be moving or flexing at all. So my calculations at this stage were right. It'll be just interesting to see how the pounding of the of a journey will affect it. Right, this is a few weeks on. Been over the Wairarapa and up the Akataras. Over the Wairarapa, I didn't even really notice it on the back. There's been no problems with flex or anything like that, to the best of my knowledge. What I have done is add these tie downs. These are these Bomac brackets, just using the existing bolts. Fortunately, they're designed to use the existing bolts as well, just with some U-bolts for the tie downs. I will move this and turn the other one over at the back, because it's obviously in the way, and it will help if it's a bit wider. So that's one thing I'll change, but it's pretty much finished. The other interesting thing I've found is that I forgot the table on the last trip I went, or my table for food, etc. And so that's actually ended up being quite a useful table, to tell the truth. So I might leave the table behind again, because obviously I'm not going to leave the bike on, because I have to get in and out the rear door there. So it's looking good. The design seems to work well, seems to be quite strong, and I'm quite comfortable with that. Now that bike is only 65 kg. Conventional dirt bike's more between 100 to 120, let's say for a 150, 200, 250 cc, something like that. But I'm pretty comfortable that will hold it.